Hello students, I welcome you all to this session on EMFT and wave propagation. So today in this session we are going to discuss the tutorial of EMFT and wave propagation. We are going to discuss some questions based upon the unit 2 of EMFT and wave propagation. So if you have still not watched the previous videos where I discussed about the concepts related to the topics of unit 2, I recommend you to watch the concepts first, because here in this video I will be just applying the formula and I will be showing how we can find out various parameters with the help of formulas, but I will not be going into the detailed derivation of the formula. So you can find out the derivations and you can find out the detailed concept from the lecture videos only. So I hope you all have seen those videos now. Now coming to this question, it states if E is equal to XAX plus YAY plus ZAZ volt per meter, find potential difference between the points X and Y. Now what is given? E is given and the 2 points are given and I need to find out the potential difference V. So what I need to find out the relationship between the V and E. I have discussed about this relationship in the lecture videos. So what is the relation? So I know E is equal to minus, so this is R2, this is R1, so this is V. V is equal to minus integration from R2 to R1 E dot dl. So this is the relationship between V and E. Now I know what is E, I know what is dl. Okay, dl is the differential length. Now which type of coordinate it is? It is the Cartesian coordinate system. Here we don't see any angle. So if we have cylindrical coordinate system or we have the spherical coordinate system, in both of the cases we have angles, but you can see here we don't have any angles, so it's a Cartesian coordinate system. So I remember what was the differential length in the case of Cartesian coordinate system. It was given by dxax plus dyay plus dz. So this is my differential length. Now I need to put this differential length here in this formula. I know what is E and I know what is R2, I know what is R1. So alternatively I can write V is equal to, if I remove this negative sign, I will be changing the integration limits. So when this negative sign is removed, I will be having the limits from R1 to R2 and here I'll be having E dot dl. So don't get confused that I have removed the negative sign completely. No, I have not removed the negative sign. What I have done, I have changed the integration limits. So now here I'll be putting the value of E, I will putting the value of dl, and let's compute first what is E dot dl. What is E? E is, so here we are first finding out E dot dl. E is XAX plus YAY plus ZAZ. Okay, so now we have to take its dot product with dxax plus dyay plus dzaz. Now I know what is the dot product. The dot product of ax with ax will be 1, but if I find out the dot product of ax with ay or az, it will be 0. I know ax dot ay is equal to ax dot az is equal to 0 because the angle between them is 90 degree and dot product is equal to magnitude of ax into magnitude of ay into cos of 90. Cos of 90 is 0. This is why we have this equal to 0 and ax dot ax is equal to 1 because ax is a unit vector and the dot product of a unit vector with itself will be 1. Now what I can do, I have to take the dot product. So here I have x dx and ax dot ax will be 1. So I can directly write it as x dx. So if I multiply x ax with dy ay, it will be 0. With dz az also 0. Similarly, I can multiply y ay only with dy ay. So it will be y dy only. Okay, now ay's dot product with ax is 0. Similarly with az it is 0. So if I multiply this with this or this, it will be 0 only. So I can just multiply y ay with dy ay. So ay into ay is 1. So I wrote y dy plus, now the third term is zaz, which is multiplied with dzaz only. So here I'll be having zdz only. Okay, so now I hope this is clear. So now I have found out E dot dl. Now I have to just integrate it from R1 to R2. So what is R1? R1 is 0, 0, 2. Okay, what is R2? It is 1, 2, 4. Okay, and I have to integrate x dx plus y dy plus z dz. Now it's a very simple integration. I know the integration of x dx. Integration of x dx is x square upon 2. Y dx is y square upon 2 plus z dx is z square upon 2. And the limits are from 0, 0, 2 to 1, 2, 4. Now we just need to put these values. We'll be putting this value and this will be giving me v. Okay, so x is changing from 0 to 1. So here I'll be having 1 by 2 minus 0. Plus y is changing from 2 to 0. So it is 2 square by 2 is 2 minus 0 plus z square. Z square is 4 square. 4 square by 2. 4 square is 16. 16 by 2 is 8 minus 2 square upon 2, which is 2. So now what it is? It is 0.5 plus 2 plus this is 6. So it will be 8.5. So the voltage is 8.5 volt, or the potential difference is 8.5 volt between these 2 points. I hope this question is clear. Now coming to the next question. This question states, find the potential difference between the points A and B. So what is the point A? So this is the point A and this is the point B. So we have a circular type of structure, and from here we need to find out the potential difference. So we know what are radius R1 and R2. It is given in the terms of R1 and R2. So now this is epsilon R and the charge Q is located here. So now we can find out the electric field for a very small element dr here. So if I have a very small element dr, so the electric field is given by E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, because epsilon R is 1, epsilon naught into epsilon R will be giving me epsilon naught only. Okay, so it is multiplied with 1 upon r square. At any instant of this object, if I need to find out electric field, I am taking any radius r. Okay, so electric field is given by this formula and it will be having some direction as well. So okay, this is electric field. Now I need to find out the potential difference. Again I will be using the same formula. V is equal to integration from R1 to R2. I am directly using this formula. So it will be equal to E dot dl. So if I am taking a very small distance, here it will be dr. So instead of dl, here I will be writing dr. So what will be V? V will be equal to integration from R1 to R2. What is E? E is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square dr. So now I know Q is fixed. What is changing? Only dr is changing. Sorry, R square is changing with respect to dr. I am integrating dr from R1 to R2. So okay, only variable is R. Okay, so now I will be taking all of the things outside. So Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, it's a constant and I can take it outside, and in the integration I will be having R1 to R2 integration 1 upon R square dr. Now we know what is the integration of 1 upon R square. So V will be equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus 1 upon R, and the limits are from R1 to R2. So it's in volt, or if I simplify it, it is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. The limits are from R1 to R2, and here I have negative sign. So I will be subtracting R2, 1 upon R2 from 1 upon R1. Okay, so now what happened here? we had minus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R1. So this is what I have written here, minus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R1 Q into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This is the potential difference between these 2 points A and B. So it's in volt. I hope now you understood the both of the questions. If you still have any doubt, you can put the doubt in the comment, or you can go to the previous video where I discussed about the concept. So you may get more clarity when you see the concept again, or you can ask me, or you can put the doubt in comment. So I hope you like this video. Thank you so much.